And now the news is good with Matthew Martin.
I'm Matthew Martin, and the news is good. Tonight, different giant, same God. So I'm studying Numbers recently, and I came to chapter 13. This is where Moses sends 12 spies into the land to scout things out before the people go in. At least they think they're going to go in. They're actually not going to go in because of their faithlessness, but that's for a different Devo. Right now, I want to draw your attention to verse 33 of Numbers 13. The spies have come back and talked about how the land is overflowing with milk and honey. It's got fertile soil and rolling hills and rich forest. But there's a problem, at least they think. Listen to Numbers 13:33. And there we saw giants, the sons of Anak, which came of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. End quote. It's funny how all the talk of milk and honey has gone away, right? The land still has all that good stuff, but the negative is now clouding the positive. Forget the rolling hills of green. Now it's all about giants. Forget the great forests and the beautiful lakes. Now it's all about how we're little grasshoppers swallowed up in the shadows of these ferocious giants in the land, just waiting for them to stomp on us and turn us into jelly. That got me thinking. Not about the Hobbit, but have you ever thought about why Moses, the author of Genesis, seemingly interjects about how there were giants on the earth in the days before the flood? Genesis 6:4. It seems like such a random factoid to toss out, but considered in the context of when Genesis was written, it was written around this time, or around the time of Numbers, probably right after the wandering period of their history begins. It would have been a great encouragement, in other words, to the next generation of Israelites who were about to enter Canaan's land to hear that there were giants in the olden days too. And what happened to them? God happened to them. They all died in the flood. Yes, more came back, but so what? God didn't get any weaker. He's still around. He'll handle them the next time too. And you know what else? There's probably not even that many giants in Canaan's land in the first place. There's probably only like 100 men comparable to Goliath in the whole region. It's not like you hear about them popping up all over the place when you read the text. The whole thing was way overblown by these cowardly, faithless spies. Their evil report should have been dismissed. Trust in God should have been reestablished. Instead, they're going to wail and despair and miss out on the promised land. The lesson is this: there will always be more giants, new giants, different giants. But the same God who defeated them last time is still around. So what is your giant? What is your seemingly insurmountable obstacle? It may be a new challenge you weren't prepared for a week ago. Okay, so be it. You serve the same God. He was there a week ago. He'll be there next week. Give your giant to Him. Let Him handle it. It is Tuesday, March 10th, and you should probably be praying more. I know that's something I talked about last week in the prayer time, I think it was. We mentioned prayer and not trying to deal with your problems alone, but talking to God through them. All that's true. I don't want to repeat myself, but just as a general idea, something to think about, you should be praying more. This is something I'll talk about in devotionals to come, but it needs to be repeated as often as possible. And it's because so many people think their prayer life is good enough if they whisper a quick prayer in the morning, they say a quick prayer at lunchtime, they maybe say a quick prayer at dinner time, and maybe they say a quick prayer at bedtime. And the total time in which they prayed, if you add them all together, is like 3 minutes, if that. I don't even know how many minutes are in a day. I don't do math, but it's a tiny, tiny fraction if you're only praying 3 minutes in your day. Now, granted, here's what people say: well, I'm just too busy. I'm working all the time. I work 9 to 5. When am I going to have time to pray? When I get home, I'm exhausted and I have to do this with kids and family, and then I'm getting ready for tomorrow, and I'm going to bed early because I'm exhausted and my back hurts and blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to undercut or discount the troubles that happen to you in your life. You have them. They're there. They're distractions. They're busy things. They are, in a worldly sense, often critical, necessary things that involve your life in this world. But prayer still needs to be there. You need to be praying more. When you get up in the morning, do not just whisper a quick prayer. If you must get up earlier to have a longer prayer, to talk God through your day that you expect to happen, knowing that it probably won't go the way you expect, and asking the Lord to guide you, help you through the unexpected things that come up, then get up earlier to do that. If you need to take a shorter lunch, or really just devote less time in your lunch to watching YouTube, and doom scrolling through Facebook and social media, and devote less time to that and more time to praying and not just saying thanks for the food, then do that. And talk to God about how your day is going so far. What has and hasn't gone the way you planned on it. What things can you say thank you for? And what things can you say, well, I need your help with this, Lord. You should probably be praying more. And when you get home and it's time for dinner, this is where I struggle. Don't just say a quick thanks. Don't just say a quick little thank you for the food and then move on with your life. Invite your children to say a prayer with you. And maybe say, hey, before we just say thanks for the food, tell God thank you for something in particular that happened to you today. That's something I want to try to do with my kids. Before you say thanks for the food, first say thank you for this that happened. And if nothing good happened, then say this bad thing happened. Help us get through it together. And then you can say thanks for your food. Before you go to bed at night, instead of just saying, all right, thanks for the day, see you tomorrow, appreciate the fact that you may not get it tomorrow. What's your heart like? What's your life like? Are you right with God? Make your prayer before bed one that puts you in a right relationship with God, so that if you close your eyes and don't ever wake them, you'll wake in the arms of your master. You should probably be praying more, is all I'm saying.